coming at you. A little tough on the voice this week, so what you'll notice is I'm trying to get through this stuff just a little bit quicker. But first things first, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you're ready to get back after some workouts for this, what I call dead week. It's a lot of dead week for a lot of people, so make sure we're trying to keep our eating in touch, in tune, and our workouts in touch and in tune, okay? So I'm just gonna start off here with a warm-up and workout for 12/27, Monday, December 27th. So we're gonna start off with a 5-minute AMRAP of a warm-up. So you're just gonna go through these movements as many times as you can in 5 minutes, and there's 4 basic movements that we're looking for here. So we're gonna start off with 6 lunge elbow to the floor. So I'm gonna take that left elbow, I'm gonna lunge forward with that left leg, and I'm gonna try and touch that elbow to the floor or to that ankle. Stand up, go ahead and hit it back the other way. So 3 each leg, alternating for a total of 6. Can't quite get down there. Aim more to get that elbow to the knee. Lunge here, go ahead and stand up. Lunge here, go ahead and stand up. Once I'm done there, I'm gonna head to the floor. I'm going to do push-up to down dog. So push-up from the high plank here, chest and quads to the floor, push myself up and push that head through, right? What that looks like from the side here, I'm going to drop down to my knees because I know a lot of people do these push-ups from their knees, okay? So get those feet off the floor, knees down, knees to the floor. Then I'm going to drive myself down, I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go ahead and push myself through. Full range of motion on these push-ups. Okay, third movement here, I gotta go grab my bands. So I know I talked a couple of weeks ago about adding some accessories to our warm-ups, to our workout. So firstly, we're gonna add in is an L-sit banded pull apart when I'm doing these, okay? So 6 of these, I'm gonna be in an L-sit position. That means legs are nice and straight, toes are together, heels are together. So I'm in an L, so my legs are on the floor, chest is upright. I'm gonna grab this band about shoulder width apart, keeping that core engaged. That's what makes this hard. I'm gonna pull apart and let it come back in. Pull apart and let it come back in. Notice I'm not doing this thing here, okay? Tempo on the way out, tempo on the way back in. 6 of those. If you don't have a band, just go ahead and try to separate those hands in the front and push those hands together and separate those shoulder blades in the back. About the same thing there, full range of motion. And then I'm finishing off each round with 4 fire hydrant plus a glute kickback. So I'm gonna be on all 4s. My knees are gonna be below my hips. My hands are gonna be below my shoulders. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see here. Fire hydrant, I'm gonna drive the outside of that knee up towards the ceiling. Bring it back down. Drive that heel up towards the ceiling, okay? Knee up, knee down, heel up. Heel down, okay? 4 of those, I'm looking for 4 on each side. So go ahead and hit 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Those 4 movements will get you through the warm-up. Workout today, okay? What we have today is a workout where you have 4 rounds. Get through them as fast as you can. You have a 3-minute rest, and then you have another 4 minutes, okay? Your time is the totality that completes the workout, including the rest time. So how many of you fast get through first 4 rounds, plus the 3 minutes, plus the second 4 rounds, okay? So make sure you're including your rest, otherwise your time's just gonna look a lot faster than other people's, okay? So we're gonna start off with 16 air squats. Remember, air squats, chest is tall, hips go back down below my knees, and I go ahead and stand up, okay? If you're somebody, like we talked about minimal equipment, if you're somebody that bought yourself a dumbbell, go ahead and I would say start off with that light dumbbell goblet squats, okay? So it's gonna be tuck that dumbbell underneath the chin. Gonna squat down, stand up. Squat down, stand up. Big thing with these squats is making sure we're squeezing our glutes at the top, not just extending our hips, okay? This is extending my hips. This is squeezing my butt, okay? So make sure your butt cheeks are nice and clenched at the top. So the first movement, 16 air squats, and then you're getting down to the floor, 16 sit-ups. So looking for your feet to be flat on the floor, shoulders come back, hands come back, touch the floor behind you, and then my goal is to get my shoulders in front of my hips. Shoulders in front of my hips. So shoulders to the floor, shoulders in front of my hips. 4 rounds of that. 16 squats or goblet squats, 16 sit-ups. 3-minute rest, right? Grab a drink of water, move around, make sure you're feeling good, okay? And then we're gonna hop back in with 4 more rounds of 2 different movements. So the first movement, and we're only doing 12 this time instead of 16. So we're gonna cut those reps down. 12 jumping air squats, okay? So I'm gonna pull myself down to the bottom, jump up, try to get those feet as far as you can off the floor. So when you're doing these, you're really feeling like you're lifting, squeezing your butt, and popping yourself off the floor. If you can't get yourself off the floor, that's totally fine. Maybe it's just something that you're coming up onto your toes at the top. So a little bit more explosion, a little bit of work on those calves. Okay, and then 12 starts. 12 jumping air squats, and then 12 hand release push-ups. I'm not so sure we've done these in the workouts before or in the warm-ups before, but a couple things with hand release push-ups. Make sure your hands completely leave the floor. Okay, it's going to be harder on your shoulders and your chest than a normal push-up. And then also, make sure we're not getting too wide with my elbows. When I'm doing a push-up, imagine I'm on the floor. My elbows aren't here, okay? They're not tucked to my side. They're not out at the 90. This happens a lot when we do hand release push-ups. They're at a 45. That engages my shoulders. That engages my chest. It also engages my lats, my upper part of my back to make sure I'm pressing nice and efficiently, okay? So I'm gonna come down to the floor. I'm gonna demonstrate this both from the toes and from the knees. So what this looks like here, okay? My hand release, bring myself down. Notice my hands come off, back down, drive myself up. Hands come off, back down, drive myself up. From the knees here, make sure you move your hands forward just a touch. Down, hands up, press up. You almost want to feel like after you bring your hands up off the floor that you're using some momentum to push yourself up. It also becomes vitally important, right? That say this is my push-up from my toes, but I'm not doing this. Okay, that's what a lot of people like to do when we do hand release push-ups. Core nice and tight. That means your chest, your abs, and your quads all leave the floor at the same time while you're doing those, okay? So 4 rounds of the air squats or the goblet squats, 16 air squats, 16 sit-ups, 3-minute rest, 12 and 12 on the jumping air squats and the push-ups. Remember, that is your total time. Enjoy it.